Good morning, guys. Again, we're on the north coast. We're in Runaway Bay. I took my wife last night to the birthplace of the Right Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley, his birthplace and where he was laid to rest, for a most amazing concert put on by his sons, celebrating the birthday of his grandson, Joe Mercer Marley, son of Stephen Marley, who passed away some 2 years ago. So they had a show last year. I think they're going to make this an annual affair. And they had this amazing collaboration of all the Marley boys, all with the exception of Ziggy Marley, who presumably would be engaged with the One Love movie launch that has been making waves worldwide. So it wasn't a surprise that he wasn't there, but the Marley clan was fully represented. It's amazing to witness the legacy of the Right Honorable Robert Nesta Marley. When we speak of generational legacy, what comes to mind for most people would be material existential wealth. But when you saw the Marley family, the Marley men, and their sibling and children representing Bob Marley, it gave a new meaning to what generational legacy is and what one should aspire to replicate. Now, as I watched Bob Marley's sons, born in and out of wedlock, the unity of purpose, they were in sync. It was pure love. It was refreshing to see black love on display. We are always quick to berate black men, black families, and everything black. But I will tell you that Bob Marley, a Rasta man, found the formula to raise successful children who understood and understand the meaning of their legacy. And I'm going to submit to you what I think all that is attributed to, based on my own experience and observations. It's amazing that children who are born to different mothers, women whom Bob never married, have all managed to capture the essence of their father. And some will argue, and maybe rightly so, that a lot of what we saw on stage and what we see as Bob Marley's legacy today has everything to do with the caliber wife, that impeccable Queen Mother, Rita Marley, who undoubtedly, above everything else, respected her husband beyond measure, in spite of his obviously philandering ways. Bob Marley epitomized what in Jamaican parlance we'll call workless behavior. And for those who are versed in English, you might want to say worthless behavior, in terms of having many women, being an adulterer, etc., etc. However, this Rasta man seems to have succeeded where most other educated and other black men and other men who fancy themselves wealthy and smart have been unable to do, in terms of replicating themselves through their lineage, because he seemingly was discerning enough, because I don't think it's a matter of luck. It cannot be luck that he could have sired so many children out of wedlock, within wedlock, and they all respect him, revere him, both the children and their mothers had the utmost respect for the legend, and this respect was long before he became the legend. And I think it tells you how important it is for men not lay down with women who, first and foremost, as a Christian, I'd say you shouldn't be sleeping and having sex out of wedlock. But since that is not the norm, let us work with what is the norm. Because Bob was still able to have bastard children along with his legitimate children, whom all managed to be successful at their craft. And maybe I could be ignorant to facts, but I have never heard of any infighting among the brothers, among the siblings, who have all done very well in their own right. They've all won, for the most part, the Grammys, and they have world acclaim as reggae musicians following in their father's footsteps. And to date, we have not seen a rift between the brothers and a rift between the family over wealth. I mean, Bob passed on, and you don't hear people fighting over wealth and brothers hating brothers. What I saw on stage, the genuine love, the generational love, it warmed my heart. And it reaffirms that kingdom principles, as simple as having women who are respectful of their men, even when you can argue, and successfully argue, I might add, that they were not deserving of respect. But somehow, because of this respect, their children have all thrived, have all succeeded. I can share hundreds of stories of other financially successful families. They're academically successful, and upon the deaths of the parents, these children become enemies, warring over spoils. But not in the Marley family, not in this Rastaman's family. who back in the 70s when he just started his career, they would refer to him as Dirty Rasta Man. This Dirty Rasta Man, who's now the legend. Everyone in the world knows Jamaica for the most part because of Bob Marley. Since of late you'll hear the association with Usain Bolt. Long before there was a Usain Bolt, there was an Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley, a Rasta man, whom in his own society he never found respect. It is the international community that showed him the most respect, which again is testimony to the fact that the Bible, the Holy Bible, is never wrong. A king is not without respect but in his own country. But I digress. The topic of focus this morning is family and unity and love, genuine love. I appreciate the Marley family. Apart from them putting on an amazing show, entertaining us last night in 9 Mile St. Anne, some 1 hour drive from Runaway Bay up through the hills, through Brownstown, St. Dacres, Alexandria to get there. It was worth it. My wife and I were up from 3 a.m. Saturday morning, and we got to that show. We arrived at 9 Miles around 7 p.m. and we left there 3 a.m. this morning, Sunday morning. And it was time well spent, because I am grateful to God to have had the opportunity to see black love, black family, black unity. Bob Marley didn't only sing about it. He made children with women who respected him enough, without even knowing it, inadvertently produced children who would go on to carry on his legacy. And they would live in love and spread that love and spread that Marley legacy. I mean, the world will see on social media all the negative detractors and the vitriol and comments about the One Love movie, who was left out, who was ignored, but what I saw last night were children from those unions that people are making all kinds of inappropriate comments, I'll say, because nothing trumps what I saw on display on stage last night. Sons of the legend who individually are successful financially, where most other Negroes, if they had even an iota of the success of these children, they would be so divisive and backbiting and infighting. But not in the Marley family. Not in the Marley family. Because Bob Marley married a heroine of a woman, Rita Marley, who gathered all his children and made it possible for them to grow up together in love and having a bond that no social media and Negro naysayers and world vitriol can break down. And that, my dear friends, is the legacy of Bob Marley that no one can break. It's unbreakable because he has children who respects him, respects their legacy, and these children had mothers who, in spite of their differences, respected the man enough to raise the children in a way that they would just naturally fall in line and carry on his legacy. Now I wish not just my fellow Jamaicans would take a leaf from the Marley family with all their imperfections. By moral standards, they have gotten family right. They're the epitome of what it means to be family, unity, love. And I salute the Marley family. I salute the Right Honorable Robert Nesta Marley. I salute his wife Rita Marley. And I salute the mothers of all his children who were wise enough to understand what was important, what was most important. And at the end of the day, when you go lay with men and make children, the children comes before your petty feelings and idiosyncrasies. And if most women could learn that, not only will their life be better, but their children will be better. Families will be better. As a matter of fact, if they had that mindset, then they wouldn't be having children out of wedlock in the first place. But even when you're going to have children out of wedlock, if you're going to have it for a man that you respect, and you're going to raise the children with that respect, that they will in turn respect him, you can replicate what Bob Marley has replicated. It is possible. Separate and apart from you being a Christian or whatever else that you want to practice. That's just fundamental. You can't have family without women respecting the men that they're laying down with and making their children, and thinking that they can somehow raise these children independent of the influence of their fathers, and it's going to work out well for them and the children. Learn from the Rasta man. There's a lesson to learn. This is my contribution for Sunday, March 10th, 2024. You have a great weekend, what's left of it, and a great week. Peace and love.